Welcome to the channel. This is my 1964 Volkswagen Bug, kind of. It's been through a lot of versions. It's on version 3 right now, but countless bits of development and stuff in between. And anyways, this is the last build video on the car forever. I'm not getting rid of it. I will always keep this. It's an absolute treasure to me. But it is time to be done developing it and just enjoy it. This is the final product. So this build all started 5 years ago when I was just turning 13, actually. And I saw on YouTube the Hoonigan Scumbug build, which I thought was the absolute coolest thing I'd ever seen. And I decided I needed to build one for myself. And so I started saving. I got my first job around summer of 2018, and then worked through 2019 until I could afford my first car. This actually wasn't my first car. I bought a Fox Body Mustang and then I flipped it so I could afford this. I originally got this car completely stock, 1964 Volkswagen Bug, for $1,200 I think. So that began the first version of Rico. So I'll play that build. I don't have super good footage from it because I didn't have the YouTube channel up until after the build was already finished. So I compile all the clips that I do have, and so that's part 1, is version 1, which was class 11 style.
Oh my gosh.
Version 2 basically came into being because I got sick of the rear apron being a thing because it got in the way of the engine, because I ended up having to take it out a bunch of times, as any Volkswagen guy knows, always having to take the engine out to do stuff. And so what I did is just cut the front and rear apron off and then turned it into a real Baja Bug. But I couldn't afford a fiberglass kit, hence no fenders. There's never been fenders. And then the front skid plate up here is just a piece of metal that I bent into shape and then built some mounts for, and that's how it's been. It held up to all the abuse I've put it through and works as a really good little bash bar on the front. So that ended up being kind of the final design we went with. And then you'll see we will tear the engine down 2 times. And that is because we raced once in the 2022 Big Sky 200, and severe blow-by issues, and the piston rings were just absolutely shot and done. So we took it home, rebuilt it once, and then after that was the best this car's ever run with the 1600 motor in it. And then as I was tuning it, of course, a rod bearing spun. So I tore it down past the long block all the way down, and did a full rebuild, because the first one was just a top end rebuild. Full rebuild, all new bearings and everything. And then we raced the 2023 High Desert 100 in Powell, Wyoming, and then blew the motor up really badly and threw a rod through the block.
All right, well, you passed tech inspection.
Yes.
Which is awesome. And now you are bleeding your brakes. Getting ready to roll.
Yes, we are.
Try and do a couple pre-run laps maybe.
Here's Rico. That's good.
So Rico version 3, so that's where we're at now. This car, as it sits right now, began after blowing up the 1600 motor the second time. And it was so bad that we couldn't use any of the parts at all. All of them were destroyed. So I had to start over completely. And to get, you know, a Ford Focus engine, which is, in my opinion, one of the best 4-cylinder engines ever made, was honestly, it was significantly cheaper to do that than to build another 1600 motor or a Volkswagen motor of any kind, really. So that's what I went with. And so I picked up the first motor, and it was actually a pretty long time ago, because I've been planning to do this for a really long time. And so that first motor I picked up for like 300 bucks, and it only has like 120,000 miles on it. And then that's the one that's in it right now. And then I picked up another donor car for another 400 bucks, and had all the electrical and the ECU, all the computer systems and everything. And so total I spent $700 on 2 motors, so I got an extra one, and then all the electrical and everything I needed. And then the bus transaxle that I'm using, I got it for free. Well, I got it in a trade. I used to have this little van project that I was going to do. It was an old Ecoline, Ford Ecoline van, and then never got to it. So I traded it for the Type 2. It's a 3-rib bus transaxle. And then also later in the video, you'll see us lengthening stock axles, because I couldn't afford to have custom axles made. So we're running stock CVs and custom lengthened sleeved axles that I did myself, which is absolutely the completely wrong way to do it, but it ended up working really well, and they've survived so far, so we'll see. And as for the suspension on this car, it used to be the stock front beam, stock, obviously swing axle, torsion, rear end, and that's what we ran through version 1 and version 2 of the car. For version 3, I redid everything completely. The beam, front beam, is a 6-inch widened beam with adjusters and this really awesome bump stop setup. And then the shocks, I just found them on Facebook Marketplace. That might be something I'll look into upgrading in the future, just because they're kind of stiff because they're for a truck, but you know, whatever, they work. And then actually Mark King is a really good mentor of mine, who races in the Your series, which is where we raced, and he gave me a screaming deal on this beam. It was a used one that he ran on his car for a long time. So thank you to Mark. Thank you very much if you're watching this. And then the rear arms are 6x6s, so they're 6 inches wider and 6 inches longer than what would be a stock arm. And then Scotty, if you're watching this, thank you so much for those. He gave those to me for free, which is awesome. Thank you so much. He's another great mentor of mine. He has a really awesome Volkswagen Thing that he built with an Ecotech motor, and all long travel and everything. And then the coilovers, I wanted to do a coilover setup in the rear, and I ended up finding a really good deal on eBay for a set of front coilovers off of it was a 2013, I think, Wildcat 1000 UTV. They're Fox, not really anything too special, but they're, you know, adjustable, and I've got a nice set of Fox shocks on them too, so I got those for 350 bucks, I think. And from there I just built all the mounts and everything, and it's a very simple setup, but it works really well so far. So I'll let the part 3 video play, and you can watch us build the final version of Rico, and then at the end there'll be some awesome footage of us ripping around up in the hills, and that'll be it. So if you made it this far, thank you for watching, and stick around to the end to see some awesome footage of us ripping around. And thank you to all my subscribers. I have 877 at the time of filming this right now, which is mind-blowing. Ready?
Yep, go ahead. Dang.
No way! No way, dude! Dude, it sounded...
You did it right.
It sounded so good!
Do it again, do it again.
Oh,
hold on, don't go yet. This is leaking.
We gotta figure all this stuff out before we do that.
Okay, well, you got it fired.
No way! Oh my god!